So this is for the new moon at the 25th of September near the Mauna Kea in the Hawaiian Kingdom in continuity. And this is for everybody who is protecting this sacred land and feels being part of it. Now, if you have followed my previous videos, I have been talking about a certain formation that I call a kite. You see here, 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 here. You see that? So we have the sun and the moon right here, and it is in Libra. And interesting, it is very close to the medium curly. That's the point of mission. So here now, it is possible that we can make a great progress in the public for the Hawaiian Kingdom. It is a very intense time. There will be, of course, a lot of opposition. That is normal. But we have a great chance. Why? Because we have here, right next to it, this is called a conjunction. This is a conjunction of four celestial bodies plus a marker. So it will be 5, yeah? So we call this a marker. And so this point is dependent on the location, yeah? Moon is also pretty much dependent on the location, but the houses and the sign rising is dependent on the location. Let me get this a little smaller. No, it doesn't work. So here we have this conjunction between Mercury and Venus, and it is still in Virgo. Virgo stands for details. You know, you have to be precise, and the Mercury, of course, stands for our thinking processes. It wasn't always like that, but now it is. And Venus in conjunction is there is wisdom also in the thinking. So we are coming up with details, and we have formed, or we are forming ideals around it, because this is in the 9th house. The 9th house is equivalent to Sagittarius, and the Sagittarius, the last fire sign, where the fire is in service of the collective. So here we are forming ideals, and we are matching these ideals with our mission. The mission is the protection of the sacred land of Hawaii, and to rid it of poisons, like the military, to rid it of the threat of being a target in the planned war with Taiwan. You might have seen or heard already in the news that Biden is already saber rattling, and White House has then said, "Oh, this is not official yet, but they're on it." So we also have to be very, very vigilant right now, and so it's a great possibility. Now, this is the new moon. New moon is always a time when there is a possibility to set our intentions. So we are starting something right there. And that means it's not going to be in full motion immediately, but we need to start right there, going into the public massively. And this is supported by Pluto. Pluto is in the 2nd house. 2nd house is equivalent to Taurus, and there it is about our resources. It's the land. And Pluto is still in Capricorn. Capricorn being the last and hardest and coldest earth sign. I always call it rock bottom. And remember when Pluto went from Sagittarius into Capricorn, that was the moment when Obama got into office, and first thing, there was a huge crash, real estate crash and bank crash and whatnot. And so he was going into the history as the food stamp president, the poor guy. And before Pluto was in Sagittarius, and there it was all about crusades. Remember Bush with his crusades? Now Pluto is in the last part of Capricorn, and so there can be finished, something can be finished up. You see this beautiful triangle here? Sorry. It's an Earth triangle between Virgo, where we have this conjunction, and also the point of mission is still in Virgo, and going into Libra, where it is about justice, it's about harmony. So we are calling for Earth justice, for land justice, and this is connected here beautifully with Uranus, which is very close to the karmic aim of the whole event, which is for quite a time now in Taurus. So it's all about the Earth, and we're having sudden Earth changes. We know about that, and so here we have this triangle, yeah, Earth, 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 and now here we have this square to Saturn. Now, Saturn is the master of karma, and so now we know that there's a lot of upheaval. Saturn is pulling the brakes, and Uranus would just want to go on and move, and Pluto is supporting the movement, but it has to come from a very rational and balanced and wise point of view. Yeah, here this conjunction between Virgo and Libra being the second Earth sign, where the Earth is in the second air sign, where the air is in service of the ego, just like Virgo is the second Earth sign, where the Earth is in service of the ego. Now, as Saturn is pulling the brakes, and Saturn is still in Aquarius, and looking for also karmic balance in the collective. The Aquarius stands for the collective, and so he is pulling a brake to the fast movements of Uranus. But look at this, a beautiful, very precise 120-degree angle between Mars and Saturn. So Saturn says, okay, Mars being in the intellectual sign of Gemini, say, okay, mince your words well, and then go for it. Go for what is right. Go for the resources that have been taken away from the Hawaiian people, that have been polluted, that have been desecrated. Go for it. You now get the wisdom, the understanding to mince your words in a way that you are able to make your point, to retrieve what is yours. So here we have a square, meaning it's not going to go down without some excitement and some conflict. Now we have here this huge opposition to Jupiter in the fourth house in the family, and then Neptune in the third house. The third house is equivalent to Gemini, and there it is about learning also. And here we have Neptune. Now Neptune is not very well aspected. We have here a square, and here we square, and then we have this huge opposition to Mercury. So there's a danger of illusion, also of betrayal, of lying, of deceit. We have to be very careful about that. Very, very careful. Now, Pluto and Neptune have been, since before I was born, since a long time, they're always in a 60-degree angle. So we are a generation, and also the ones that are now born for the longest time, that are actually totally changing society with power and with compassion, because positively aspected, this is the all-embracing love, the cosmic love, the all-embracing compassion. And these two components, they're working together. And but here it is in opposition. So we have to be very, very careful that we are not in illusions. Yeah. So the family. Jupiter. Oh, sorry. Oops. Oops. Jupiter being in the fourth house and in Aries. And here, the fourth house is equivalent to Cancer. And so here it is about the family. So you can expect a little upheaval in the family, because there's this huge opposition. We want to go forward, but then our whole family says, "Why? Rather go to church and don't go to the political meetings." And you know how it is, yeah. And so we can expect that, but we have to deal with it. Yeah, we have to explain to our families that what we're doing, that is actually for our families, because our families want to have a place to live, right? We want to have a clean environment. We want to have we don't need to be afraid. We don't want to be afraid of all these toxins that the military is spreading, and so on and so on. So we have to just cope with all these conflicts. Now Mars is in the sixth house, and the sixth house is equivalent to Virgo, but it's almost at the seventh house. So here it says, okay, also our partnerships, whether it is love relationships, marriages, or also business partnerships, they need some work. Yeah, we all need to work on our relationships in order to make the big change that we want to make happen actually happen, because otherwise we're just dissing each other and not being happy with each other. So yeah, that's going to be a great event for all people who are tuning in to the cosmic laws, the cosmic will, our creator's plans here in Hawaii. And whoever is interested in Hawaii, otherwise can also in other places, can also help, could also put 50 cents in, And yes, I wish you a wonderful time and may all your wishes come true.